Hello and welcome to another game. We've got another week of AAOL action for you guys. Second game for today. We had a pretty good one from all accounts earlier on, but we're going to go to a slightly lower division now for our second game. We've got No Mercy versus... Let me actually look it up, because I've forgotten already.
It is No Mercy, Unreal Aussies will be the one we're doing today.
That's it. DJ Rufio here to save the day.
I'm half here. You'll be watching my lovely spectating view, which will try not to make you too dizzy while we're following the games tonight.
Well, yeah. Now that I can actually remember the team names, hopefully we can get started. We're on Legion Tower for our first map. And No Mercy will be in the red and Unreal Aussies in the blue. So we're starting off with a interesting composition coming out from Unreal Aussies actually. The Ryan Zarya and the Farah Mercy coming out from both teams. We see the No Mercy getting early, still in control of the point. Unreal Aussies coming around the backside. Now they're onto the point. The battle has started. That Moira healing, keeping that Reinhardt alive really well. Jeff is gone down to half health. He's putting up his shield again. He's very low. Actually, the picks are coming through for Unreal Aussies, but no. A boot from Pigeon, and that should mean they get first control of the point. Rini gets a very nice direct hit there onto his dead gem, but no kill from that. And Bone is very far forward. He manages to jump back. And fairy battles are now occurring once again in the sky. Rini raining down his rockets. Pigeon's gone very, very low. He is taken out. And really is popping his barrage there in the backline. He gets Jeff and Stresscal. And that should mean that Unreal Aussies have to back away. They're actually being harassed here by the Tracer. Rini managing to kill himself. Not sure how he really managed to do that, but Don trying to do what he can on that Tracer. Respawns have arrived now for Unreal Aussies, so now there's more people on the point. And the Diva Bomb thrown out. He does manage to catch Jeff. Not able to get out of line of sight. The res will be coming through onto him though, so now the barrage popped by Asuka, manages to get the D-Mech and the kill onto B1. But now control has flipped over, the point will flip over as well. Unreal Aussies managing to flip the point. 65% is the number accumulated by No Mercy. And well, ults coming online now for Unreal Aussies as well, so they'll be happy with that. The Graviton Surge, that game-changing ultimate, is almost ready. The Moira Coalescence as well, and the Earth Shatter, and as I say that, the Earth Shatter lands on 4 members there. Pulse Bomb also thrown in by Fusion, getting that Winston kill, and that should be a reset now. They're all backing away. And, nice, efficient use of ultimates there. Only the Pulse Bomb, which charges very quickly, and the Earth Shatter committed. Rini still trying to do what he can, but he's not really able to get that pick. The nice mid-air hit onto Wraiths there from Asuka, and he gets another mid-air hit onto Rini, but he's healed up. The Valkyrie is now out. The Graviton Surge also popped. The Coalescence trying to get a combo. Asuka pulling out a 3-man barrage there into that Graviton Surge. Rini does get the kill, but the res will come through, and they should manage to keep control of the point. The control meter is now ticking well past 65%. And, well, No Mercy are in a very hard position. They don't have many ults online, only Rini with that barrage. And that charge is good, though, from Jeff, taking out Bone. But the barrage will come through. It does manage to get both the Mercy and the Tracer. And that should be it. They managed to make the best of what they had with that barrage. Rini doing some good work there, and they do manage to put the point over 92% on the control meter. And really, it looks like Bone jumped in, managed to get charged by Jeff. The Diva Bomb, meanwhile, is being thrown out, doesn't manage to get any kills, but he managed to get charged by Jeff, and then Rini coming through on the back line, behind that, while the entirety of the enemy team had turned around and managed to get a 3-man barrage. As we see the Earthshatter come out from Jeff, manages to get 2 people, gets the charge in as well. Fusion taking out his opposite number, and early kills going the way of Unreal Aussies. They should be able to pull through this fight victory if they manage to focus fire effectively. That Lucio Pigeon is surviving for way too long. Stress does take him out eventually, and really now gone down very low. Asuka does finish him off. Only Lun left on the point with ELCD as well. He backs away, and Bone is kind of left out to dry there. He's contesting the point, but only manages to feed a bit of ult charge to the enemy. They do need to get onto the point very quickly now. Pulse Bomb coming down to EL. He is demacked. Pigeon will drop his sound barrier, but only managing to get 2 players. This could be crucial. The Pulse Bomb comes out. The charge also onto the city, kills him. Barrage not getting... Oh, actually does get Rini. And Jeff taking down very, very low. Fusion is also taken out, but he's res. And still pretty even here. Both teams 5v. Oh, actually there's a man advantage now for the side of No Mercy. And they should be able to finish this off. No supports left alive. As Asuka is taken down by Rini, the point will flip at 99%. The Pulse Bomb is very good on the Jeff, and they're not able to get back. And well down there to No Mercy. Close first round on Lijong Tower, going to 99-99 for both teams.
Oh, now to accelerate.
Yeah, interesting to see the Moira pick up. And Ryan Zarya being played by Unreal Aussies there. Not a very common pick in the current meta. But as I say that, no, they do switch off. Rini's going to probably play the Reaper. Again, not a very common pick. Lon is going to switch, and Ryan Zarya actually, for both teams. As Fusion switches off onto the McCree as well. And we finally see Asuka on that Sombra, the new Sombra, of course, very powerful, but hasn't had much of an effect in the very top leagues. We'll see whether it changes here in this division. As Jeff is taking down the Huffel, doesn't get the charge off. He's keeping healed up, being kept up by his Mercy and the Moira there, focusing all the healing pretty much onto him as he swings away. Fusion does get the first pick onto Raid, so that could be crucial, and Asuka taking down ELCD as well. Early man advantage now, going to... Oh, the Earthshatter from Bone so quickly built up. They were not expecting that. Their gym is very low, he is healed up, and Fusion meanwhile getting 2 picks in the back line. Rini and Lon taken down. The kill feed is all blue, and Unreal Aussies do manage to pull it out in the end with a very quick Earthshatter. And as I say that, Jeff has actually built up another one as well. Sorry, that was Bone's Earthshatter that was dropped, but he was not able to pull that into a Team 5 victory. Jeff does have his Earthshatter available now, as we see the members of No Mercy taking the closer approach to the point. The flashbang is good. The Earthshatter combo comes through. 2 kills already, and that should be it, really. The Wraith's taken down very low. They do manage to back away. ELCD is still alive. Jeff taken down, but he's rezzed up very quickly. He does get the fire strike from the ELCD as well. Takes him down. Yeah, once again, it's a reset from No Mercy. That was a very nice combo there for the side of Unreal Aussies. The flashbang catching, I think, 4 members and instantly comboing into Earthshatter. Nothing they could do about that. Bone has yet another Earthshatter available, and for the side of Unreal Aussies, they have the defensive Valkyrie and the Deadeye. So see how they decide to use that. The charge does come through. And the Earth Shatter, he goes completely around Jeff's shield, and the Deadeye manages to get 3 kills. That was an insane play there by Fusion. Looked totally down and out when that Earth Shatter hit, but he managed to pop the Deadeye, get 3 kills there as Bone tried to charge in on the back of that Earth Shatter. And that was a very efficient fight there. Asuka does have that EMP available now, so it'll be very difficult for No Mercy to get any kind of foothold on this fight. The EMP coming through, the Graviton Surge, the Coalescence, and actually on the just spoke a little bit too soon. The Graviton Surge will come down. The Death Blossom also pulled out, and out of nowhere, No Mercy getting the team kill and flipping the point.
This will restore you.
I thought for sure that Unreal Aussies had that. Well, they managed to pop all the ults and they lost the fight off a very nice Graviton Surge, completely out unawares. And Jeff is taken down there. The res does somehow come through. I don't know how they got away with that one. And the forward holding there, the Earth Shadow is good, catches 3 members, and that'll be yet another reset for Unreal Aussies. They're gonna have to probably do a couple of drive pushes. They do have the time to build up a few ultimates. They're gonna have to watch out for this Earth Shatter and Deadeye combo that's available. Sorry, the other way around. Rini does manage to teleport, gets away as he's taken down to half health. Jeff trying to make their way onto the point now. The Shadow is not good. Bone manages to block that with his shield though. Deadeye though coming through from Fusion once again, somehow managing to get 2 kills despite all that as the 2 Reinhardts collided with the charge. And Rez will come through onto Jeff as well, and the point is flipped. Overtime is ticking down. I don't think they're able to really get onto it. No. And well, Unreal Aussies taking a point away from No Mercy. We're tied at 1-1 on Lijiang Tower here in our first map. Fusion coming through big there with 2 massive Deadeyes throughout the course of that map. And we'll see whether there are any changes to team composition coming into Control Center. Of course, a very more closed-in kind of point, more opportunities for Junkrat and McCree to do some work. Fusion might decide to stick on that McCree, and I fully expect him to. And Lan, meanwhile, has switched over onto the Junkrat. So actually, No Mercy are going to be running triple tank, so this is something that we do see occasionally, but Unreal Aussies is going to be sticking with that Sombra pick. And early aggression coming through there from No Mercy doesn't manage, they don't manage to convert any kills through that. But the charge, the counter charge coming through from Jeff there manages to pin Rini. Rini is taken out of his mech. And meanwhile, Lung does take out that Mercy, so the early support advantage going to No Mercy here. They do get the first cap as well. Jeff is very, very low. They manage to take him down there. I think there's going to have to be a reset. It is, as Asuka dies to Wraiths. Early point control taken by No Mercy here, and they're going to be going for a forward hold right at the choke. Pretty much a spawn camp coming through. And with the Ranzai, this is what you can do. And D.Va to negate some of that spam damage coming through as well. Asuka has switched over onto the Reaper, he's taken down by Lung. And the Coalescence, the Graviton Surge, and that's about as clean as you can get really. Kill freed, all red. Team kill coming through there by No Mercy, very well executed. And they managed to hold on to most of their ultimates as well, only 2 ults committed in that fight. But 4 ults also available now for the side of Unreal Aussies. They're going to be trying to make their way through this choke, but they're having trouble. The Riptide will come through from Lun. Is it managed to get yet? It does. It manages to take out Jeff. The res will come through there as he's not in a position where they can punish the Mercy for going for that res. And they're trying to make their way onto the point. Now the Graviton Surge will come down, and well, looks like caught him unawares. The Deadeye and the Earth Shatter popped there, probably a little bit unnecessary as the LCD very, very low. He's taken down there by Tress. And well, point does flip. 79% is accumulated, but unfortunate for No Mercy to lose that fight. He thought that that Earthshatter caught them a little bit unawares, but Unreal Aussies do manage to hold on to a couple of ultimates there as the Coalescence is popped by Wraith. The Diva Bomb will also come through. The Earthshatter ensures that Jeff dies to it. The Asuka popping his Death Blossom, but the Sound Barrier will negate most of that damage. The Valkyrie also popped by his dead gem. The Riptide comes through, kills him though in the middle of that res. He does not manage to get that off. And no supports left. Oh well, sorry, Stressed is the only support left alive, but he's struggling to keep the members alive. He's the last one left on the point now, and that should be a point flip from No Mercy. Fusion switched over onto that Tracer to try and contest, but it looks like he's going to stick with it. And once again, No Mercy going to be pushing way up, and the Graviton Surge there, opportunistic, and manages to catch two members. Brilliant play. Meanwhile, they're actually getting backcapped. The point is going to flip over, but they have such a huge amount of advantage. It really doesn't matter. They can just come back to the point, take out the remaining members. Asuka taken down there. And they're ticking up very quickly to 100%. They're going to have to fight at a disadvantage. Unreal Aussies not even able to get onto the point, and No Mercy. Their strategy here on Control Center was as clean as you can get, really.
Play of the game.
Fusion taking out the play of the game, but impressive showing from No Mercy there on Lijiang Tower. You see that 3-man Deadeye clutch on this point gave Unreal Aussies the victory pretty much. And well, close game on Lijiang Tower. No Mercy proving to be the better team. And I think the next map will be Assault. So to wait for the game to be set up. And well, I think what we saw, well, you can't really talk about team compositions too much. Very standard for the control maps, but here on Assault and next map Hybrid or Escort, where we might see a bit more of a variation. See whether what the map will be. I'm not sure if we have a map pick, or Rufia, do we have a map pick, or is it a set map for the next map?
To Eichenwald and then to Volskaya.
Nice, okay, so Eichenwald will be our next map. No Mercy actually have a very nice coordination here with their profile pictures as well.
Mayhem.
Repping the Florida Mayhem, yeah. Florida Mayhem with my boy Sire Player.
That's right. I was just happy that Runaway finally managed to get their second win in the Contenders the other week.
Yeah, that's right. I actually missed that game. I only managed to watch half of it, but I saw the clip of Flavin running into the booth, hugging everyone.
Feels bad that Runner's stuck away on military duty, but it's nice to see that the wife is there cheering on the boys.
Yep, she's the best Overwatch mom.
She really is.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
Well, we're going to be going on to Eichenwald. And, well, what do you know about these two teams, Rufio? I wonder if you can...
had much to deal with the Unreal Aussies, except I know that those guys... There's a lot of streamers on there, and they play a lot of different games, so... If you guys haven't checked out their Discord, they have a Discord where they play a lot of games, and of course,
Oh, okay.
No Mercy is the team of our Lord and Savior Will, who's the one who actually put together the league, so that's why they get first dibs on being streamed tonight.
Yeah, well, it's interesting to me because I casted a lot of Will in the first season, and he was not a DPS player, he was a Lucio player. As we have a pause coming through, so it's like we have a disconnect. But yeah, as I was saying, he was a Lucio player for most of that stint in the first season. So now he's playing DPS, so it's interesting to see him flex onto so many heroes.
I've really, I've played against them once before, and as a team, they've really sort of come together and put in a lot of work, which is kind of obvious to see from their first map. There's a lot of really good coordination, and they know what they want to do.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that control center map, as I mentioned earlier. Very, very clean ult usage, and they knew they had some very good positioning. They knew that if they held that choke, Unreal Aussies were going to find it very, very difficult with their ult advantage and their composition to make it through. So they've obviously practiced that map quite a lot, and we'll see what they managed to pull out here on Eichenwald.
The Unreal Aussies managed to get some pretty nice Earth Shatter combos going on with McCree Deadeye. Whether they can make that work.
Yes, of course, yeah. But yeah, we'll see. It looks like the defensive composition is pretty locked in now for Unreal Aussies. The Orisa coming through with the Reinhardt, not something you usually see. Usually you see the Orisa Roadhog combo for a pick composition, but yeah, they're opting for the double shield. And for the side of No Mercy, reasonably standard. Ryan Zarya coming through, as I say standard. Ryan Zarya is also not very standard for this map, but compared to Unreal Aussies' composition, it's pretty standard, as they're going to be trying to make their way through that choke. But they've taken 3 quick picks very, very quickly, and that's going to be an early reset for No Mercy. As well, they're holding very, very far forward as well. Orisa shield, giving them that extra sustain they need to hold this choke. And see whether there are any swaps coming through. No, Just in Time is going to be playing that Pharah still. But Asuka on that high ground is proving very difficult to deal with. He's just avoiding most of the shot. Just in Time does get the first kill though onto Stress, but Asuka taking him down in return. The res will come through from Heasted. And Asuka taking out Pigeon as well, and they're going to be trying to make their way onto the point now. Bone is completely alone. The Pulse Bomb is good for Wraiths there in that little house. Fusion taking out 3, and that should be a very convincing defense from Unreal Aussies. Not managing to make much headway here with this composition. We're not going to see any changes come through yet. Jeff has that Earth Shatter available now, and Jim also has that defensive Valkyrie. And only the Earth Shatter available for No Mercy. And once again, they're going to try and come through the front once again, and well, Jeff just caught Bone napping there. Pop the Earth Shatter as you saw him go for the swing, and easy as you can get, only 1 ult committed. And well, still no changes from the side of No Mercy. They have 3 ults available now though, so we'll see what they can make of that. Just in Time once again flying up, trying to get the pick on Asuka. Asuka is dropped down, but he's not taken out. So not on the ball. Fusion though, meanwhile, wreaking havoc in the backline. Lun is stuck once again by a Pulse Bomb, taken out. They're going to push forward and kill the remaining members as well. 6 ults now available for the side of No Mercy. And 5 for Unreal Aussies as they committed that Pulse Bomb in that previous fight. Still no real headway. They've only managed to get a small foothold on the point at any time during this map so far. And Fusion once again in the backline. Taken down Wraith is taken down very low as he reses there, but the Earth Shatter is good from Jeff, and the Jedi will come through from Asuka, proving he can do those combos as well. But I'm not sure what to really say here from No Mercy. They seem to be banging their heads on a brick wall. They're just going through the same direction over and over, not trying anything different on their composition either, but it's clearly not working. Just in time, once again, trying to get a pick there. The Wraiths does pop that Valkyrie. The Coalescence is also popped, but the answering Transcendence will keep the members of Under Aussies alive. The Res will come through onto Asuka as Fusion takes out just in time. Meanwhile though, just in time is also Resi immediately pops his barrage, gets the double kill, and a very nice finishing rocket there onto He's Dead Jim, and he tried to fly away. And they do manage to get a foothold now on this point in overtime. Fusion trying to do the dance around the payload. He's still remaining alive for a long time, but Lund finally cuts him down. Jeff manages to make his way back and gets the Earth Shadow out just before the Winston Shield came down, but no follow-up there, and he's taken out by ELCD. Bone also taking out Stressed, and well, they're kind of just feeding here a little bit, but Blake is not in a very good position. He's taken down, and payload will start moving. Finally, as they manage to take the point in overtime. Still, no route. Actually, just as I say that, just in time has switched over onto the Tracer. So this is a bit of a better composition. The Tracer, Winston, dive comp. I guess it's a bit of a dive, not a full-on Korean dive comp, but it is divey with the Winston Diva coming through as Bone pushes back the He's Dead Jim and Asuka from that high ground. And he jumps in once again. He sees the kill onto Asuka available. He is Asuka though taking him down. He bit off a bit more than he could chew. The res comes through, and the Diva is also demeched and killed. So 2v2 there. Asuka and He's Dead Jim taking out both the tanks of No Mercy, and still, and they get stalled out here on this first corner. Once again, he's going to be taking that high ground. Just in time, he's going to try and take a flanking route. Has to get away as they notice him, and once again, going to be pulling back. The Jim has now respawned, so they can try and make their way onto the payload again.
60 seconds.
They have a couple of ults available. Bone is very close to that Primal Rage. He gets flashed though mid-jump, and ELCD now is alone. Can he really take out He's Dead Jim and Asuka? No, he has to back away just in time though. The double kill with the Pulse Bomb, and getting the Arisa Bongo Drum as well. And just in time taking out Jeff, because the tactical visor pop there very late by Lund. Doesn't manage to get much there. They do manage to get some movement now on the payload. And Bowman just in time going to be holding this forward choke, trying to stop people from getting anywhere near the payload as it rounds the final corner. It's approaching the final checkpoint. Pigeon and ELCD do get caught by the Earthshadow just in time, also being taken out by Fusion, has switched over onto the Widowmaker, and he's instantly killed now 3, 4 players in that fight, and Wraiths is finally taken down. That should be a defense, and that should be it. The payload will be stopped before it reaches point B, and only 1 point on the scoreboard for No Mercy.
Switching sides.
Ultimately, I think No Mercy's struggled to adapt to that double shield composition from Unreal Aussies did hurt them. They only managed to cap point A in overtime, and didn't give them much time to. And then they got stalled going through the second choke as well. It wasted a lot of time as one person got picked off each time they tried to make their way through. But well played from Unreal Aussies. Sorry. Yeah, Just in Time really struggled to make any kind of meaningful impact, though he did get the barrage in the final fight. Yeah. It's interesting the approach that they decided to take as well. They kept going through that front. Usually when you do see the Pharaoh Mercy play on this map, you try and use the rooftops on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, try and get a flank with their rocket, and use the rooftops for cover. Yeah. At that point, you could almost argue that the Pharaoh's not really working, and you could switch off, but yeah. Well, composition was now for second. Well, sorry, the No Mercy's defense round. They're actually going to be playing that Orisa Roadhog composition that I mentioned earlier. Triple tank with the Diva as well. Meanwhile, Orisa Roadhog, Orisa and Reinhardt coming through for side of Unreal Aussies, and they're going to be sticking on that Widowmaker fusion, trying to get a pick there with the grappling hook. Doesn't manage to do so. They've made their way through the initial choke now. ELCD not able to get a hook yet. And he manages to get one now by Asuka, but the Orisa ball was a little bit too late. A very fast coalescence there by Stress. The Diva Bomb will be popped out as well. Fusion headshotting Pigeon though in the midst of all of that. Asuka managing to get the D-Mech, and that should be an early cap for the side of Unreal Aussies. Much more decisive in their approach.
Objective A captured.
Just used the tanks to build up their coalescence very, very quickly and snowball that into a 5 victory. Asuka is kind of all alone here, does manage to get out, and he gets hooked! He gets hooked in midair! Well, very nice hook there from the LCD. No Diva Matrix available, and Fusion has to back away. He does get a headshot though onto Lund before he does that. I'm going to see the payload around the first corner. Fusion has been a real menace to deal with. No Mercy struggling to keep those sight lines clear. Damage boosted by his dead Jim. He's finally going to get dived, but he manages to get down and out. The Diva Bomb popped there by Asuka. As the Shadow will come through from Jeff, doesn't manage to get much, but they do manage to get a couple of kills there with the charge. And the payload is now rounding the last corner. It's very quickly approaching the yellow box of victory. They managed to contest just before the Diva Bomb though will come out. Manages to D-Mech just in time. Transcendence popped by Pigeon. The Coalescence answers. The whole hog though gets 2 kills there in the backline. Fusion and Stress both taken out. The Coalescence popped by Wraiths, but keeping everyone alive as best he can, dealing the damage to Jeff and Quake there. The Diva Bomb once again by Asuka, but he's the only one left on the payload. That should be an easy kill for the side of No Mercy. They do manage to contest and successfully defend the payload right at the very last few meters, as Fusion has an incredible spot there on the Widowmaker. Nothing really to deal with him because there's no long range hit scan. They're trying to make their way up with the Diva and the Roadhog. The hook will come out, but he's not taken down. And he's that Jim though will be taken down as he tries to keep him alive. Asuka taking out Bone as well though. So 1 for 1 though. Nice headshot by Fusion there, taking out the support. Pigeon is down, and now they should be able to make their way onto the payload. 3v5 right now. The Diva Bomb will come out, takes out just in time. Wake getting the D-Mech just before that. Whole hog will keep everyone back. Respawns are now available for No Mercy, and they've kind of lost their moment of opportunity. The Earth Shadow and the Coalescence will come out. Fusion getting another headshot onto Pigeon, taking down both supports. And the Orisa ultimate is also down now, just in time. The only one left on the payload. Payload makes its way to the victory point, and Unreal Aussies taking the win here on Eichenwald. Very nicely played by them. Much more decisive play, especially on the attacking round. Fusion really coming alive on that Widowmaker with so many crucial kills on the backline of No Mercy. 63% kill participation.
Epic.
Well, I think we are now tied at 1-1, so third map will decide the victor, and it will be Escort. Which map did you say it was, Rufio?
The next map is Volskaya Industries.
Volskaya. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we ran to Escort first, and then Assault. So Assault will be our third map. Volskaya. Another map we might be able to see some of that Widow action, though it's not very common. And
yeah, that last minute, well, he sort of changed towards the end of the No Mercy's first push and really found good value for it. No Mercy just couldn't quite dive far enough back to get him.
Yeah, that's right, because they were running a dive comp, but the dives didn't seem all like it was a very weird dive comp because they were running the triple tank with the Roadhog as well.
Yes, they are.
Is that right? With the Diva, the Winston and the Roadhog, and the dives didn't seem like all that coordinated. There were so many times I saw the Winston would jump in and then the Diva would miss the boost, or vice versa.
Yeah, the Diva and the Winston coordination there was just a little bit further behind than what it needed to be, and the Tracer again was not quite there just when they decided to dive at the same time.
And Fusion just had a field day, really. No real pressure. The Mercy damage boosting him. And I think especially on that first attack, like I said, they were much more decisive. They immediately tried to make their way through that choke as fast as possible and built up a very, very fast coalescence. That was probably the most impressive play of that map from Unreal Aussies for me, comparing it to No Mercy's attempt at attack, especially.
No Mercy just really had sort of no answer for their triple tank at the start, and they just weren't able to deal with their shields. And then once that Widow came out, it was almost game over.
Yeah, that's right. Well, still waiting, I think, for both teams to be ready. Volskaya, as we mentioned earlier, will be the map, and I think No Mercy will be defending first. We're waiting for Lon. I think he's having a bit of a bathroom break. He's ready now. So we should be starting any moment now.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
And yeah, Volskaya, well, as I said, Fusion immediately locking in the Widowmaker. We'll see whether he sticks with it. Widow, very viable pick, especially on attack. And we're seeing the double shield Orisa Reinhardt coming out also. So it's interesting, this double shield composition. It's not something you see very often, but No Mercy are really finding it hard to deal with. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Looks like defensive composition is locked in now for No Mercy as well. They're going to be running a pick composition once again with the Roadhog and Orisa. hopefully we see a little bit better coordination from them this time. The Risa Bubble coming out and the Roadhog hook comboing with it. Last time it was almost a little bit... Saw a few moments there where the Roadhog hook would come in first. It would hook the person, get the shot in, and then the Orisa Bubble would take him away from the Roadhog, so they weren't able to complete the kill. But Lun going to be playing that Junkrat, and Rini actually going to be flexing off onto the Soldier, so see how that works for them just in time on that Zenyatta.
Defend objective A.
We're going to be starting the attack round for Unreal Aussies here. Fusion, I'm trying to find where he is. Now he's grappled up onto the roof. So this is all really based around Fusion, whether he can get the first pick. Rini is very quickly pushed away from that high ground. Doesn't want to get headshot there. Charge coming through from Jeff. They're actually going to be going through the right-hand side. And Fusion, they're getting a kill onto just in time. That could be their opportunity. They're now pushing straight onto the point. The Risa shield and the Reinhardt shield being staggered to ensure very little damage taken. The Coalesce is once again very quickly built up by Stress. The Riptide there, literally from point blank range, will take out Break, but that's it. He's not able to do much else.
Thanks.
Quick capture coming through here from Unreal Aussies.
This objective must be ours.
Fusion going to be pushing up, trying to get an early kill. He gets the grapple, but he doesn't land the shot. He's actually discarded. He has to be careful just in time. They're winning the duel. The contest is actually coming through now from No Mercy, but it's short-lived. And Jeff getting 2 quick kills at the end there should mean they'll be able to push with a man advantage here. And one is taken down by that Diva Bomb. That should be it there. Infrasight now up to Fusion as well. And they're pushing it right in on the point. 3v5. And Pigeon taken down. Wraith's taken down. Going on that Roadhog, trying to do the best he can. The hook comes through onto Break, but he's taken down as well by Asuka's micro rockets. Rini on the Tracer gets the contest, but the point is now ticking up very, very quickly. Dressed, popping yet another Coalescence. The charge will come through to ensure no one's able to contest, and 5 minutes and 58 seconds is the time. Incredibly quick Volsky attack round there from Unreal Aussie.
2-2. Switching sides.
And really, Stress is building up these Coalescences so quickly. The Orisa and the Reinhardt just swinging away, providing him with so much ult charge. I think once again he built up the Coalescence before they even made their way onto the point in the first push. So, see what No Mercy choose on their attack round to try and match Unreal Aussie. It's going to be difficult though. They have a huge time bank behind them, but they just need to get the 2 points to ensure the extra rounds, to ensure that we go to extra rounds. And looks like Just in Time is going to go for that Pharah again, so they're going to be trying this pretty much the same composition they tried, similar to the composition they tried on Eichenwald, but instead Lun is actually going to be on the Lucio. So a bit of throwback to Season 1. Like I said, Lun did used to play Lucio a lot for his team in Season 1 of the AAOL. Rini flexing onto the Tracer. A few role swaps. The defensive composition for Unreal Aussies. Going to have Fusion on that Soldier 76. And once again, the double shield coming through, and the triple tank with the Diva as well.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So,
Attackers incoming.
DPS wise, putting everything really on Fusion to see what to enable him to get a early pick. As we see, good speed boost coming through. Fusion though getting the kill onto Just in Time. Questionable route. I would say, as Just in Time does get rezzed up as they're going through the left-hand side. They're collapsing onto the point now, but Jeff just swinging away with stress, and he's dead. Jim healing him up, and there's really nothing you can do. There's a reset will come through now from No Mercy. And I think it's questionable to run the Pharaoh if you're going to be trying to go through that left-hand side. Fusion catching the Pharaoh out there just in time. He's having real trouble making an impact on this hero in this match. He's trying to get a rocket onto Fusion, doesn't manage to do so. He has to back away. Bone is taken down very, very low, and he's taken out. And the dive will come through. Wraiths will try and res him. He does manage to do so. Rini getting the kill though onto his dead Jim, but and getting just in time. Redeeming himself by getting the shutdown there onto the attack visor, but meanwhile, a couple of kills being traded out by Unreal Aussies. I think that barrage is very opportunistic. He does manage to get the kill. Stress Callan just in time. The only two left. Asuka does manage to make his way onto the point as well. Rini is still alive, keeping the point contested. Wraiths is now respawned and back, and most of the team is now back. And now there's a huge respawn advantage for No Mercy, and they're going to be trying to snowball this into the wind. He's dead Jim, taken down by Bones' Primal Rage. Asuka being booted around, Wake, and Jeff is now out, but the double kill will come through from Rini's Pulse Bomb. Fusion though, and Jeff trying to contest. They do manage to get a couple of kills, but it's not enough. The respawn advantage will be too much for them to deal with. And the cap will come through significantly slower than the cap for Unreal Aussies. Rini pushed forward, trying to keep the members of Unreal Aussies from getting onto the point. He manages to do so. Doesn't manage to get any picks though, so they won't be able to snowball cap like Unreal Aussies did. Ult-wise, they do have that sound barrier available though to engage. See how they choose to use that. Wake and Asuka both have ults available as well on Fusion with that Deadeye. We've seen what he could do on Lijiang Tower. Rini harassing his dead Jim, and actually the two-pronged attack. He's dead Jim taken out, and Bone getting the kill onto Fusion as well. The sound barrier, I think, was denied. Well, actually, he did go through as Wraith manages to res up Lun, and I think respawn's coming through now, but just in time will pop the barrage. Doesn't manage to get anything, but the kills are a little bit too much, and I think Unreal Aussies will have to back away. Fusion trying to do the best he can. Sorry, No Mercy will have to back away, and they do so. Well, another reset coming through, and just in time, going to be boosting up to try and get a few rockets down once again. They only popped Asuka's, sorry, they popped two ults in the previous fight. They popped Asuka's self-destruct and Wake's bongo drum. The dive will come through now, and the instant counter dive, focusing Bone down as quickly as possible. Bone does manage to get a kill onto his dead Jim as the Valkyrie comes out now for Wraiths, and Stress with that Coalescence will take out Lun. And well, should be another successful defense from Unreal Aussies there. Fusion taking out Bone, and just in time falling off the map to reset.
This will restore you.
Once again, just in time is very close to yet another barrage, but he's really struggling to be effective on the approach to the point, and that's proving to be the issue, I think, for No Mercy here. Rini almost has a pulse bomb available as well, and of course the Primal Rage for Bone also available.
Maintaining connection.
We'll see where Fusion tries to go to try and make use of this pulse bomb he has as well. So dive will come through onto the point once again. He's booped away by the Diva, but the barrage will come through. It's actually good. Manages to get Jeff and Stress, but the counter Diva Bomb will get both supports for the side of No Mercy. And, well, can't do much with both these supports down. Fusion does chase Rini and take him down. Once again, No Mercy really struggling to make a foothold here on this point B. Bone still has that Primal Rage available though. Just in Time did use his barrage in that previous fight unsuccessfully. Fusion still has that Pulse Bomb available. See, then Just in Time trying to take a approach around the right hand side while the rest of the team dives in. Lun gets the kill onto the enemy Mercy, so that could be a good start. Bone does have his Primal Rage up, and Stressed once again with a Coalescence. He's building these up like their abilities, not like their ultimates. And Jeff taking out the Diva there. Bone and Rage trying to do what they can. Just in Time coming around the backside with a barrage, but unsuccessful. Fusion takes him down. And once again, it's a successful defense for the side of Unreal Aussies. Couple of ults now coming online once again for No Mercy, but I think if they were, but unfortunately because of the way they're fighting and committing a couple of ultimates each time, they've never had the opportunity to go for that big 6 ult push that's often required on 2CP to close it out. The jump will come through, the dive a little bit segmented, and Bone is taken down very quickly. Rini though getting the kill on his third, and Just in Time taking out the other support as well. And that could be the opportunity. There's no supports now available for the side of Unreal Aussies. And Just in Time coming alive now on that Pharah, getting a couple of kills, gets another one onto Blake. And this could be it. Stressed is now back. The Mercy and the Moira are the only two on the point right now. He's surviving for a long time, but gets taken down in the end. Jeff is now alive and coming back onto the point. Fusion keeping it contested. Quake is back as well. The respawns coming through. The Primal Rage now up for Bone. The Diva Bomb comes out, actually manages to demech Pigeon. Once again, a barrage coming through from Just in Time, taking out Blake, and another Coalescence from Stressed. Now the kills are now coming through for Unreal Aussies. I think this will be a little bit too much. Lund does pop that sound barrier, but there's only 3 members of his team are left alive. He's dead. Will res up Stressed. Lund gets the kill there onto that Reinhardt, but I think it'll be a little bit too much. They're forced to back away. Fusion taking out that Pharah once again. Rini, the last one left alive, keeping it contested in overtime, but it's only a matter of time now. Overtime ticking down, and that's it for Volskaya Industries. Unreal Aussies taking out that map as well. And a 2-1 victory going to Unreal Aussies versus No Mercy.
Justice reigns from this.
See Oscar getting the play of the game there for that double kill. And overall, a much more decisive performance from Unreal Aussies with their double shield composition that No Mercy found very, very difficult to deal with their dive. But hopefully we'll see some improvement from both teams as the stage goes on, rather, as we're into stage 2 of AAOL now. And well, I think that'll be it from us. Is that right, Rifio?
Yeah. So, I mean, No Mercy managed to get the win on the first map there, but then Unreal Aussies just managed to dominate the final 2 maps.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they definitely looked a lot more coordinated on the control map. No Mercy, that is, than on the Sultan and Hybrid.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a good match played by both teams.
More coordinated in the first map. I guess they must have practiced control a lot, because on the Hybrid and on the Assault map, they just didn't really seem to have an answer to Unreal Aussies. They just didn't, kind of just stuck with their composition. and we're very reluctant to change.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Just in Time really struggled on that Farah, and they kept with it for both Eichenwald and Volsky Industries. And once again, as I said, the dives not the cleanest, and it did cost them in the end, really. Yeah, so I think that'll be it from us. And my name is RuZero, and Rufio, our streaming coordinator. And, well, join us next week for yet another installment, a couple of good games from AAOL Stage 2, Season 3.